Hello, this is Ada Ray from Bricksmaven, and this is part 17 of developing a one-page wellness spa website. In the previous video, we developed the header and also the mobile menu. And in this video, we will be looking at building the hero section. We're going to build 3 hero sections, but what I will be doing is building the first one in this video and then build the second one out in the second video and then the third video. Why am I doing that? Because I have a feeling that I don't want it to be too long. I don't want the videos to be too long. So this will just be like the hero sections that we're building. And then when it's done, it's done. And then we can just move on to the next ones. So that is just how I just want to do this. So we're starting off with this one here. So this is a video background that you guys have seen before. This is going to be a video background with a overlay, as you can see. We're going to add this SVG flower on the right side. And we're going to also create this component. And keep in mind, I'm just going to create one version of this component. So actually just an inline version. And as you guys know, this is actually the same component. So we're going to have a inline version, a stacked version, and a left aligned version. This will all be different variants. And obviously there will be, in total, I think there will be like 6 variants because we have a different variant, whereas this, where it displays the rating, we have one without background, as you can see here. So that's what I'm going to be doing in this video. I don't want to spend too much time on this. That's why I'm just creating one version, and maybe let's just see how this goes for now at first, because it's just depending on time, you know, because I don't want these videos to become like super long. Anyways, let's jump right into bricks. Okay, as you guys can see, this was the header that we created. Let me just show you guys the mobile menu again. You see that this is the mobile menu. Pretty happy with the outcome, right? Okay, so now let's move on to the media. So like I was explaining in the first video, when the setup video, I am going to be creating separate maps for separate sections. So what does that mean? As you can see, the hero section, these are the assets that I need, right, for the hero section. I also added all the icons here. So I'm going to be using them when I'm building and just draw them in. And I also have the different social proof images, because I have just different kinds that I can use throughout the website build. And I also added the videos. So everything is in a separate map, and it gives me a good overview. And I can get whatever I need. I don't need to sort or search through a whole wall of assets. So if you have not used Happy Files, this is Happy Files that allows me to do this. Also created by Thomas, that created Bricks, obviously. So if you're using Bricks, Thomas also created Happy Files. Pretty good plugin. So there's a plug there. So next thing is to start the build. So let's go to templates. And as you can see, this is last time I named this a component. So what we're going to do now is name this a pattern. So we're going to create a pattern here. Well, you know what? I'm going to start with a component. So component, this is, I'll call this social proof. This will be social proof 1. Yeah. And this is actually a tricky component though, because you could create this in 2 parts. So this could be one part, right? And this could be the second part. So the list of images and this could be a different part. But yeah, let's not do that. Just do it this way. So this is social proof 1, and this is you just have to save this as a section, as a template type. And this will be component again. Save that, and I'll call this social proof. Oh, let me spell that, social proof. Publish this and then open it in Bricks. So I just hope that I just blow through this quickly. So we're going to create our list of images first. So we need a div. This is for it's going to be an unordered list, so a list of images. So this will be the parent element, and this will be the child itself. And I need an image, and I will also need what else do I need? I need also another div for the ratings. So this would be the ratings div, and then we just need text. Whoops, text. So this would be ratings, and this would be just text. This is the avatar list. Avatar item. And this would be the avatar itself, or avatar image. Okay, save that. And now to add the classes, I'm going to use the prefix, the wellness spa, so TWS, and then avatar list. By the way, I could have also renamed my header classes to TWS. Maybe I'll do that at the end or something. Just rename them. So every time I have a project, I always give it the prefix of the project, whatever I'm working on. So we'll add this here. Give this item and also the image. Set a figure tag on it. Then I will proceed to also set the ratings, this TWS ratings, and also the text. Make this a paragraph. Now I'm going to bring in the text. Okay. And that's basically it. Now we just need to add the images, but first things first, I need to wrap this in a div. So like that. Save. And this will be social proof. I'll call it social proof 1. Just in case I might create a similar or different kind of social proof component. So this also needs a class. This is social proof. Let's call it social proof 1. Okay. Okay, we have our avatar, and this will be the cover. Okay, so first things I want to turn this into a component. Okay, because I'm busy, I clicked copy. I'm thinking if I turn this whole thing into a component, my avatar list can be also a separate component outside of this component, and obviously the ratings. But throughout the whole design, I'm not using the ratings anywhere else, so I don't need to turn this into a component per se. So what I will do is only make this a component. So this I'll turn into a component. And this will be called, this is a, yeah, I'll just file this on the list. This is a list, avatar, list of avatars. Create. So now I have my component created. And now I can start just styling it a little bit. Let's just work on this first. So this will be a new UL. And I'll obviously need to remove the padding here and the top and bottom margins. This should be set to flex, no wrap, and I'll come back to this because we need a negative spacing because the items need to stack, this needs to be set to a list, and this to flex. Also, well, this doesn't really matter. And as for avatar, I just need this to be set to cover. Let's select an image. So we go to our social proof. Actually, anyone would do. This is okay. Give it this alt text name. Set to 1 by 1. Go to, why is it so narrow? Yeah. Go to border, radius, circle. Give it a 2 pixel border. Link all sides. Style should be solid. And this should be border white, color white. There's a white border that I put around it. Okay, so the first one is done. So now if I was to basically duplicate this, just add 5, like the example, and I'll just give them different images. Let's do that real quick. And this one. Let me save real quick. And now I need to stack them. So I'm going to use CSS to do that. Because normally, I wonder if have I ever added negative caps? Never done that. Does it even work? Never really done that. Just checking. Okay, so what we're going to do here. So let's go to CSS, and I can put this on the root, or I can also put it on the, no, I'm just going to put it on the item. So I'll go to root and say, I want all the, well, they're the siblings. I wanted to have a negative inline margin, but I don't want it to affect the first one. So what I do is use the not pseudo element, sorry, and then say first child. So it should ignore that, and it should reapply this to the rest. Margin inline start, and then I'm going to use a calc function, -1 times a space variable. Here we go. Maybe a little bit more. Yeah, something like that. Let me check. Okay, it's a bit much. Let me see, what did I use here to get it? 30. I just used the random value. So I think S was okay. S. So we have these. I don't have any shadows used, so yeah, it's just basically this. And now to make this to well, future-proof this, or to make it even more scalable, what I need to do is actually add a slot. I need to add a slot to this. All right. Wow, that's wide. Okay, so I need to add a slot. And yeah, now I can actually add more items, but I then need to convert. This is tricky. I need to convert this item. I also need to create this. I also need to change this into a component. So can I do that from here? I cannot create a component in a component. Okay, so I need to go back. I think I need to, yeah, thought so. I'll copy this out of here, just here, and and I'll turn this into a component. This is an avatar item. It's should be filed on the list. This is a avatar. Just avatar. A avatar item. Okay, now I can actually well, I don't need to delete this yet. What I need to do now is actually make sure that you can edit the image. So I'm going to give it a prop. So swap avatar. Doesn't need any group and default. Well, this can be default. Insert, and I'll create this. And basically that's all I need to do here. I should go out of it and delete. Go back into this component and basically just delete all these. And I'm basically left with my slot. But what I can actually do is just drag in the component, right? Put it on above the slot. So I have my avatar here, and I can duplicate these. And as you can see, they're all stacking. So now, the issue that you get here is you cannot, I need to, as you can see, I cannot change the image, right? Because I need to go into this, I need to go to, into this component. So that means I need to create a new property, right? It's a image property again called avatar, so that it appears on the root component. So this is swap avatar again, basically the same thing I just created, and well, whatever, give it the same image and create this. And I need to connect. It's unconnected. So how did I do the connecting again? Do I need to go in here? Wait. Wait, let me just go out. I hope I didn't create it on the wrong spot. Wait, I didn't add it. Oh, I didn't add it to the component. So now it's connected. I was already thinking, why is it not showing? Okay, so let's go back. Okay, let me enter in. Okay, so here is where I connected to swap. Okay, so do I need to do it everywhere? Oh wow, I have to do it on all instances. Wow, okay. No problem, just add them here. But I think I'm going to run into an issue. But we'll see. How come it's only showing one? Because it's just one prop? Okay, so this is not the best way to do this. This is not the best way. That means I need to create for every single prop. I need to create a different prop. So it has to be like swap avatar 1, 2, 3. Okay, so you know what? I'm just going to totally delete this. And then that means we need to add the avatars ourselves. I'm not doing this. Oh wait, let me just delete the prop I created. Delete. I don't need it. So what we're just basically going to do is here in the slot, I'm just going to add the component. I think that's the best way to go about it. Just put it in there, right? Duplicate. Let me see if this works. Change this. Should not affect this one. Okay, nothing is changing. Oh, hey, why is this one not updating? Ooh. What is going on here? huh? Okay, this is weird. Oh, it is changing. It's just bricks every time with the render or something. So it's bricks. It's bricks. Okay. Anyways, I think it works now. Okay, it works. So we're just going to be adding this as slots, right? And we can just manage this ourselves. I'm going to just add 5 and change these to something else. And just put this guy in, save. Okay, now we can actually continue. I'm thinking about something. I might, because when I turn this into a component, I wonder how this will. That means I cannot add any extra images, which I actually don't like. So that's kind of disturbing me. So that means I will need to add another slot in that. No, not even. You see what I mean. Okay, let me just finish this first. So social proof, flex. Set this to center and give this a content gap. Let me see how far is the gap. Okay, so we're pretty close, so that means I need to divide this. Calc divided by 2. There we go. Let me see how this looks on the front. Perfect. Okay, I like it. The text is actually, this is accent, was it semi-light? So semi-light, body semi-light. Okay, and this, it's text S. Okay, so it's smaller too. Need to bring down the font size to text S. Save, and let's refresh. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I'll be creating variants later. On the variants, I'll be adding like padding and stuff to create that gradient. So I think this will be the base, and then we can have the different orientations. Okay, so we have this now. I think on the lower breakpoint, well, I think it's pretty good. It's pretty solid. Or it might have to stack on mobile. Well, I should leave this up to maybe like say wrap if it's longer. So just give it a wrap. So if it's longer, to just go under it. And to make sure, I'll just add a gap also on the row so that there's spacing when it wraps here. Okay. So that's basically it for this component. So now this is the issue that I've been talking about. I hope it's not going to be an issue. I'm going to actually turn this into a component again. So this is category, this is social proof. Create. So I have a social proof component. And see, if I go out of it, there's totally no controls, right? So if I go into it, you can also see that here my avatar is locked. I cannot change the images. So this is the problem I was talking about, what I'm running into, because now I would like to still have access to my avatars that I added with a slot here. Now I don't have access to them. I wonder if it's possible to, if I add slots again, can I, oh, see, I cannot nest it. Can't do it. Yeah. Obviously I can expose the props. I think I can do that, but still, if I wanted to add more images, now I can't. It's kind of fixed. Well, hey, I guess I just have to use it the way it is, and I'll create the variants with this. So I'm not really happy about this. I wonder if there'll be a way to do this. So if anybody has an idea how to actually set this up in a better way, that I'll still have, that I can still add extra images, that would be nice, because obviously I'm left with this. And on this, obviously on the root component, I could have like variants here. I just switch the orientations. Okay, that's cool. I'm okay with that. But it's just adding images or swapping images. But to be fair, component like this, you will not really need to change these images often, because you will just use what you have. Let me go into this. I need to make a change because I'm seeing two of the same images. Avatar list, right? Why? Whoa. I cannot edit my images. Let me refresh. Something is now I cannot see my images. Where are my images? They're gone? What happened? Oh, my images are all gone. How? Oh, what happened? Okay, well, guess I'll just have to add them again. Huh? Oh my goodness, what is going on? I cannot nest them for some reason. Oh, Bricks, what is going on? I simply created a component and everything broke. Unbelievable. You know what I'll do? I'm going to remove this slot. I don't know what happened. I'm going to just duplicate these 5 times and just move on with my life. I'm going to add these images in. I don't know what is going on right now, so I'm just going to do this. I don't need to use the slot anyways, since I cannot add it. I cannot add more, so it's not needed. I'm going to save this, just refresh this. It's added now. It's good, and we can move on. Okay, I'm done with this. I've already spent way too much time here. We have our social proof. So we have our standalone. We can always drag this anywhere we want on our project. So this is done. Okay, so now let's go to add new template and say pattern. This should be our hero 1, first hero section. And this is a pattern, so I can always search it. And this should be a template bundle added to hero. Publish, and let's get this started. Let's start building. Okay. I hope that this part goes a little bit more quicker. Like I said, I'm using the pattern, so we should actually fly through it. So I need a hero 4. You need to search so you can find it. Search. Okay. Can't find it. Then I'll just have to use the filter. I noticed that the more patterns I added, the slower it has got over time. Because I'm almost at I think I'm almost at 950, so it's like really slow. Okay. I don't know why I couldn't find hero 4, but where is hero 4? Oh. Why is it not? It stops at 12. How is that even possible? That's why I can't find it. Okay, this is unexpected. Let me refresh. I've never encountered this issue before. I'll try again. Hero 4, hero. Where's the H? Am I scrolling too quick? It literally stopped at 12. Wow. Wow. I have never seen this before. Okay, this one. Okay, why is there a cap or something? It has a limit? Future. Oh, okay, I can see all the future. I can see all the. Okay, on the hero, I have like 104 hero sections, right? So just give me a second. Okay, so I actually paused the video to check on the development side, and I also ran into the same issue. It seems that I can only I cannot scroll further than 112. I don't know why. Never ever seen that. Never encountered this before. So yeah, sorry for that, guys. So that means that I would need to just copy and paste. So I copied it from the development site. Can't believe it. So that means you guys, if you're using the CSS version, please check if you can scroll past 100 and the 12th pattern. I would like to know. Let's continue. Unbelievable. I'll have to shoot a mail to the Bricks team to see what the issue is, why that is happening. Okay, so we have our pattern here. So just having this pattern here means that I've already skipped a lot of time by just having this, right? So let's see how this looks on the different breakpoints, so mobile, portrait, and tablet, mobile. So we basically have our structure. So we just need to fill in the information, and maybe there's certain things that we need to add. So first of all, I'll just add the text in. I'll obviously need to change that. This is H1, so it's a little bit larger. So just adding the text first. So this is L, so this is also a bit bigger. I have to change this too. I have to change the colors. I also need to go to my head H1. Actually, my header's color needs to change to the darker green color. I actually need to do that too. And obviously here I need to change this into a block. This will be my CTA block, and duplicate the button. CTA block. So if you're working with just patterns, you can do something like this. Let me show you real quick. So what I'm going to do is rename. I want to rename the, what's it called? My class. So I have the BM, but I only want to target the hero. So I'm going to take all these and find BM and replace it with the wellness spa. So that's basically what I'm doing. So I've renamed it and saved it. So it's all renamed now with school. And that means that I can come here to the CTA block and say the wellness spa hero. Actually, I can also remove that hero 4, just call it hero, or hero 1, because I have 3 heroes, so I could call this 1. I think I'll make that change. I'll make that change now, so I'll change this to hero 1, and this will be CTA. You know what? I'll just make this a block, so this will be CTA, or this could just be a CTA block that I use on different parts of the site. So this could also become a component. Why? Because I have 2 buttons where I have a primary and a secondary, and I might use it on multiple occasions, so to be wise to turn this into a pattern. So this would be the primary, and this would be a secondary option. And in my Figma design, it's an outline, so I'll change this to outline, and in this case it's find your treatment, and this is book an appointment. Am I correct? Book your appointment, find your treatment. Okay. And what I need to do here is save this. I need to wrap this in another block, and I'll call this footer. Why do I need to do that? Is because here I also need to add the, what's it called? The social proof. So I'm going to just go to components and just drop that in. So there you have it. So I have the social proof there. To be nice if those images load, right? I don't know why it's not loading. Okay, let's fix this flex. I don't want it to wrap. It should be in a row, and should give it a content gap, and also add it to the row gap. If I may stack this on mobile, the buttons are quite large, so we need to step it up to large. Also, the secondary should be large. And on the hero here, we need a content gap. Okay, let me move on to the headers. So this is the heading. So this automatically has a H1. But I need to use a calc here. Times 1.5 or something. Way too large. 1.3. Let me check. This is about 96 pixels. Okay, so I set it to 1.3. Maybe the line height needs to change too. It's a bit too high. So let me just check I need to check the computed value to see what we are working with here. Is that font size? So 83. So it has to be a little bit bigger. 4. Let me save, refresh. Okay, it's 89, and this was 96. So let's bump it up to 5. It's actually quite large. Font size 96. Perfect. So it's 96 now, and I'm going to go into my variables here. No, into my theme styling, typography, and then go to line height. 1.1. Let's see. Okay, so that feels more constricted. I like it. And let's move on to the text. So this is text M, should be text L. Yes. And this is body text. No, I didn't see it. It's semi-light. Wait, is all the body text semi-light? Because if that's the case, okay, so that means I'll make all the body text semi-light. So we go once again to typography, theme styles, and then I go to it's dark, so this should be semi-light. Okay, and for all our headings, it should be heading dark. Maybe I should change heading dark to the right color. So I go to where am I going to? Heading colors, yes. So heading dark should not be neutral anymore. It should be primary. I think D9, I think. Let's try that. Question is, did anything change? It's actually much lighter actually. I think it's too dark. Let's go back to change our heading. Yeah, I can't see the change, so you have to be going back and forth like this. Okay, so this is more like it, right? So D7, okay, so we have this. And I noticed that the size of my heading, the hero section, is 1074 pixels. So I'm going to set it to 1074. It's now at 864, 1074. So it's high. And the content is, does it have any, okay, it's set to center. Yeah. So this is set to, okay, space between. Okay, so that means that I need to select all this wrapped in a block, and this will be, I'll just call this inner, and this should be TWS hero. This is one, and this is the inner. Oh, hero. And here I need to create a SVG, but I'll wrap it in a div. And then SVG. There you go. And this is I'll call it a icon wrapper. Icon wrapper. Why am I trying to type fast? Okay, I'll just call it SVG. Let's style this TWS hero 1 icon wrapper. Copy this and also call this icon. Okay, set this to order -1, turn it into a flex, set our content to space between, and we need to obviously give it some spacing. What did I use here? I used 64, so that's about 2x. It might change. It's a little bit short. Let me see. It's a bit more, so I'll just give it 4x. 4x. Okay. Yes. Okay. Space between. Okay. So now let's pull our SVG in under icons. So we use this one. Okay. So this flower, I'm going to drop that in. I will definitely need to change the fill. The size is 128, and color is primary light. So let's work with that. So it's 128 pixels. Copy, paste. We change the. By the way, is this stroke or fill? It's fill. Okay. So let's change the fill to primary light. So that's like 8, sorry. Yeah, about that. For some reason the gap feels a little bit more here. So I'm going to change the gap to 2x. Actually 4x. 2x is good. Okay, so now we basically have our, yeah. This is our structure. Oh, here, look. I still need to change some things here. We need a wider gap. Content gap. But it needs to be a little bit wider, so I need to use the calc to increase the gap. Of course, I need to wrap these in a. What happened? I need to wrap these two in a block again. I'll just call this top, because, or else the space between the heading and the text would be too large. So I need to do that. This is top. Yeah, also flex, door wrap, and just the normal content gap. And now it's good. I think I might need to increase the height here. Because it doesn't feel like it has the same, the spacing is not the same here. And this feels, this 128, it doesn't quite feel the same. Yeah. Let's continue. Let me see if this was to stack. Might have to change the font here. Or I might have to stack earlier. So yeah, I think I'll do that. I want to stack earlier. I'm going to change this. So as you see, I can make changes to my setup. I'm going to remove this. So it starts earlier, add the grid gap here. I will then come to my media, or let me see, did I add it here? What did I do here? 100%, 100%, okay. Remove this. You don't need that anymore. Let me see that, anything else? No. Okay, order is at 1. Take this away. This is not necessary anymore. But we need to have it here. And on the image, here I need to make some changes because it's set to 50 VW. And here it's set to 100. So I need to take this off. And I need to apply it to the tablet. And there you have it. And I'll obviously need to make the space here smaller. It's too large, too much. And also on the bottom, we'll just decrease that. Remove this, unset this, we don't need it. And let me see if there's anything here. Also unset there. Remove this, all this stuff, take them away. We don't need that styling. Is there anything I need to change here? Let me see. Okay, it works here, it works here. I have to make some changes here. So on mobile breakpoint, I'll need to stack these. And here you could stretch. Oh, wait, is it stretch? Yeah. So it's stretched. And these stacked, as you can see. So let me just check out the right part, what we've done till now. So we have these. Let me bring it down. Okay. So it jumps. Yeah. Okay, so I think it's time to look at the video, and we're going to jump into it right now. Okay, so we're going to work on the video part, so that's the left side. So I don't need this image anymore. I can actually take that away. I'm going to create a new block, which will represent the video. This will be the video. We're going to use a background image. We're not going to actually put the image element, the video element into it. We're going to actually use a video, just an element with the background image. So TWS, I'm going to add that in, hero 1, and this will be video. So what I need to do here is just give this a 50 VW width and also a max width of VW, a width of 100%, a height of 100%, sorry. And come down here, we need to fix it here to 100 VW, 100 VW. VW. And our height, well, I'll just keep it at 100% now. I will change this later. Let's go to background, because here we need to add our image URL. So I'm going to go to the media to get the link of my video, because I don't know, actually don't know which one it is. What's it called? No, yes, this. So this is the one we need. Let's go back to our video. Okay, so I put it in, save. I'm going to refresh, so maybe you can see it already in front. Yeah, you can see it in front. So as you can see, it's set, the aspect ratio set to 16:9. So we needed to cover actually the whole video, because now this is actually not what we're looking for. And you will notice that I will not get it exactly the same as in Figma, because Figma has a fixed width. So if you look in Figma, this is fixed, this size, right? But this is, since we're on the web, we're dealing with different screen sizes, so I cannot make it fit in a specific height. So I'm going to be using cover. So yeah, you have to cut out a bit of the image, but we'll see how far we get. So let me just go, and the scale I can leave at 1. I'll need to change the aspect ratio though. I'll set it to maybe 3:4. Let's see what happens. Save it. Okay, that looks better. So now I'm going to scale down to see how it looks. And as you can see, yeah, this is not what we want. Works better here though. I'm actually going to give it a height now. So this should be 500 pixels or something, maybe 640 or something. It does push down my content a bit though. Wait, let me just refresh this page. I'm gonna remove this, refresh. I want to see the image, I want to see the video, sorry. Okay, so now that we can see it, the funny thing is it looks different here and here, which is weird. So as you can see, it's already clipping a part of the image. See, here it shows the full, almost the full video. It fits it in pretty well. But here we get a different look. And once we make it smaller, it actually starts becoming smaller. And this is actually not what we want. So there's a way to fix this. Just closing our eyes. Let me refresh. So we have to set this to cover. And the way that we do that is I need to inspect the element. Go into the element. Go to the video, styles, and actually here, this is actually what I'm looking for. So here I can actually set, because the reason I'm setting this to fit is that the default is set to contain. You can see it here, contain. So I don't want it to contain, I want it to fit. Although contain would have been nice due to the fact that it shows the video more crisp, etc. So we set it to cover. You see it even zooms in even more. Actually, basically what we're seeing, almost the same what we're seeing here. So I'm just going to copy this. I'm going to throw that into Bricks, on the video element. Let's go CSS. Just throw that in there. Remove all this other stuff. Now that this is gone, we have our cover in. And let's see how it performs now. I'm going to refresh and bring this down, and as you can see, we should not break anymore. Well, wait, let me refresh again. Okay, so if you bring it down, it's really struggling. Bring it down a bit. It really feels, it's really zoomed in. Okay, this is much better, but you see it's like really zoomed in. So I need to maybe change the aspect ratio to see if I can get it a little bit better, a little bit more. I want to see more of the image. I don't know why it stops playing, because I didn't set it to play once, which is strange. Let me see if 4:3 does the difference. Okay, we can see a little bit more. Okay, you see, if as it gets smaller, the quality gets better because it's scaling down. So this actually looks good. And then it gets here, and it's not that bad. I'll obviously need to make this smaller, but this is actually the best view. But it's taking up a lot of real estate. So maybe I can opt for removing this on mobile and just adding an image. I think that would be the better option. But I don't have an image prepared now, so I would have to, by the way, I have an image, I'll have to cut that out. I'll have to cut the image out and upload it. Oh wait, I have already uploaded an image, I forgot. So we can actually do that. So let's say up till tablet or something, we should just remove the video, because it's just taking up way too much space on, like, say here, it's just taking up a lot of space. So, I would love this to be like, if this was an aspect ratio, I would say, I think 4:3 is good. And then this could be maybe a little bit smaller, 500. Yeah, 500. And here I would actually bring back the image. I'll bring back the image that I had before, and TVS hero image. I'll bring it back so we get all the settings again, and I'll actually hide this. All right, I'll hide this one on. I'll hide this on desktop, and I'll add an image here. That is hero. I'll add this image, the one that the woman is relaxing. Look. Yeah, I need an image compressor because this is way too large. So don't judge me. I did not make the images smaller. So this set to cover. Let me see, 6:4. No, 6:4 is great. 6:4 was great. So this is, I think this is way better. So we have our video here, and here I should just hide the thing. So this set to none, and then here it's set to flex. Perfect. So let's see how this ends. So see, this is something I did not plan to do, but I think it's just better for the site if we actually have a image that just loads, and then basically this looks really good, right? Yeah, I think it's a good solution. So our video just goes away, and it's also better for mobile, it loads better. And somewhere I would like to, I think maybe, yeah, on the mobile landscape, I will just change this. If it's just the normal H1, yeah, just smaller. Yeah, and maybe also make the flower smaller too. Change it to the half, 64 pixels, 64:64. Yeah, so it takes up less space, and yeah, look what we got. I'll also remove the spacing on the top. I'll unset this, and basically I don't think we need the one on the bottom too. Yeah. Boom. Yeah, I like this. I like this a lot. Turns out well, stacks well. And let me show you one more thing. If I was to do this, so if I go to hero, so instead of 1074 pixels. If I set this to a VH, 100 VH, look, I actually like how this turns out. It shows more, it's like full screen. What do you guys think? This turns out pretty nice. And here we could obviously set it to, we can set that to a 100%. So that means on, yeah, here, this will be 100%, not 100 VH. Only on the desktop breakpoint. Obviously this is not according to design, but obviously I can free flow here. This is 1074 pixels, which is already quite high. I think it's, if I set it to 100 VH, it shows more of the image, which is pretty nice. I'll leave it like this for now. Let's just go to, let's go to video, and I need to set the overlay because I almost forgot. Overlay, add color again. This should be transparent. And this should be T9 or something. Yeah. Yeah. This is it. So yeah, we have this. This is the end result. You go down, switches. You could also opt to add a gradient here, which is also a possibility. But it is also clean like that. But I might have to add a gradient because here I use, as you can see, I have gradient on the images. So yeah, let's do that. I think that'll be the last thing I do. Overlay, add. Also set this to transparent and choose, it was 9. Yeah, save it. Let's check it out again. Awesome. Okay. So I would like to know your thoughts. Do you feel like this image is taking up too much space? Obviously, if you're looking on your phone, you would land to be like 400 and, let's say 400 and, I don't know, 480 or whatever. I think you can see everything pretty well. Obviously, I could flip this where the image is beneath, but this is a good intro. I'm happy with the end result. I think we just leave it here. So this is the first hero video. As you can see, it took almost an hour to do it. Obviously the talking, etc., and trying to explain stuff eats into the time. If I did not obviously have the pattern, I would take a little bit more longer just to set things up. But just this having the pattern already saves me time, right? So I just move forward. Yeah, so this is our end result. I love how it ended. I love the way it's looking. The next video will be building the second hero section, or pattern in this case. And I think that might take a little bit longer. Why do I say that? Because I need to create, let me see, I need to create this version of the component. So I might already start creating the variations, the variants in this case. This will be quick to do. And then we have this section, and then we have the blur, we have the gradient, and all this stuff that needs to go into this section. So this one will be fun to build. I think we can all learn a lot from it. Yeah, I like the way it's turned out. So let me know what you think. Like, share, and leave your comments behind. I would like to know what you think of this video. And I will definitely see you in the next video. Bye-bye.